Welcome back to the lab. Once again, it is your old Professor Pilk, and you guys know we got to talk about Nintendo Direct from this morning. I've seen some criticism of this. I loved this. Now, probably a bit biased. We'll talk about it. There's a few things that I want to discuss, but as they kicked it off with, and as I'm going to discuss, the new DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet looks phenomenal, guys. Absolutely amazing. For those of you that watch my video on Pokemon Home, there's a couple mod they actually show off here that I've been looking forward to bringing over. So it's going to be amazing to see how big the Pokedex actually gets. I would love for Scarlet and Violet to be the game that finally is able to incorporate, if not every single Pokemon, because I mean, obviously, like, well, I guess even the Ultra Beasts could technically have a place here. It'd be really awesome, though, to have, if not every single Pokemon available, a whole ton of them. So as we go through the trailer here, we obviously get a new glimpse of new character outfits, new locations. They really introduce us to a bunch of new settings. I believe that's actually, that's the teal disc there. Or, I'm sorry, the blue disc. They've got the teal mask over here. Looks like, I mean, number one, they're introducing a ton of Pokemon that we have not seen yet at all. So Teal Mask looks pretty cool. I love the design on the Legendary. It looks phenomenal. As I said, just a bunch of Pokemon that we do not have in the game currently. It looks like maybe even some local variants, which would be pretty sweet. So a lot going on there. There's the Legendary. He absolutely looks phenomenal. It absolutely just looks kind of weird, and I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm into that weird stuff. And then, of course, we've got, which one is this? I keep calling it the blue disc. But notice that there's, once again, Flygon. I'm looking forward to Flygon, Alcremie. There's a ton of Pokemon that they're going to be adding to our repertoire. So if you're wondering, is the $35 worth it? Oh, it absolutely is. And what's really fun is if you do download it between now and I think... what is it? October, I believe. You get a free Hisuian Zoroark, which is really, really fun. The Indigo Disk. Thank you. Indigo Disk. So these are available right now. You can actually download them. That's really, really good stuff. The other thing I really wanted to talk about that really caught my attention here was, and I was not expecting, was this. A new Detective Pikachu game. Now, I've got kids, and my kids love the Detective Pikachu movie. And unfortunately, I never played the original game. But I adore the movie. I actually recently acquired the game. I just haven't played it yet because we've been working on... I mean, we already have, 4 Pokemon games we now cover on this channel alone. So, it is what it is. But obviously, in this one, you have a talking Pikachu who... apparently loves coffee. Me too, by the way. So, just really, really interesting. If this is... I mean, it should be a lot of fun. It's not going to be groundbreaking. It's not going to be, the most amazing game that you've ever witnessed in your entire life. What I expect is just a really fun game with a really low entry level. So, I am looking forward to this game. This is going to be a lot of fun. Now, that's kind of it for Pokemon. Now, Pokemon really had some good stuff here. October 6th, 2023. So we're definitely going to be doing some Let's Plays on that here on the channel. That's going to be a ton of fun. And if you guys want to see the original Detective Pikachu, let me know in the comments. We're amidst 2 major events right now. And unfortunately, I don't think I have time to fit that in along with all that. But if that is the kind of content you want to see, let me know in the comments. I definitely am open for suggestions for whatever the next big event is. So, Detective Pikachu Nuzlocke. I don't even think that's possible, but that'd be funny. So, that is kind of the Pokemon content. But as you guys know, I'm a gamer. And as such, and I have been for basically all my life. I grew up with the Atari, and from there on, I just have been a gamer. Always have been. I was more of a Sega fan back in the day, and so obviously while, the new Sonic game and everything on here looks really cool, I'm actually looking for it. I'm going to have to find it here. Penny's Big Breakaway. This game looks like a ton of fun. You can get the Team Sonic vibes from it, right out of the gate. It is no questions asked. This is going to be an absolute riot. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to that. That game looks amazing. Now, that said, jumping back over to Nintendo, my biggest thing, the one that actually has me like mind blown and amazing and absolutely just beside myself, the remake of Mario RPG. This is a game I went out of my way. When I first got my Super NES, I learned about this game. I went out, I spent big bucks, bought myself a copy of it, inbox and everything. Unfortunately, that game was, over the years, stolen from me. But nevertheless, I played this game to pieces. I loved it. And it looks like... And unfortunately, this is a game that, because obviously Square Enix was involved, and they have locked down several of their characters kind of behind copyright wall for a very, very, very long time. Finally, it looks like we are going to be able to re-enjoy this with updated, more modern graphics. I say more modern, it's obviously not anything like, this is not going to compete with the new Final Fantasy game by any stretch of the imagination. But believe me, if you are a fan of old school RPGs, you are going to love this game. It is phenomenal, and I absolutely will be playing this over on the Twitch channel. Link is always in the description down below, guys. I am blown away by this. So I've got to mention a few other games while we're at it here. And Sonic Superstars looks like it's going to be a ton of fun for Sonic fans. I'm a massive OG Sonic fan. Sonic Adventure 2 was kind of like the last one that I really kind of lived on. But these games, this really does take me back into the old era of like Sonic 2, Sonic 3. Obviously, you've got the extra special features and things like that, but really does take me back. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I'm really going to, go gaga for it. Funny enough, I have a nephew who absolutely will lose his mind for it. He's a modern Sonic fan, whereas I'm far more of an OG Sonic fan. But it does give me the classic Sonic vibes. I love it. I think it's going to be fantastic. Persona 5 Tactica is actually coming to the Switch. This is something a lot of people are hyped for. I really need to give this game another chance. I had a really bad experience with Persona back in the day. But honestly, this looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, and my understanding is the stories are always really, really, really good. So this would be a really fun addition to the Switch. I might have to give it a try, but obviously, on this channel, we're mostly about Pokemon. I just wanted to share some of the other games that really kind of tickled my fancy. This is the one that I absolutely lost my mind for. Myth Force is everything that I lived for back in the 80s and 90s. That Saturday, over-the-top, action-y Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic. Pirates Darkwater, G.I. Joe, obviously, G1 Transformers. So many of those shows that just really defined the action cartoon genre way back in the day. Obviously, Thundercats, Silverhawks. There's so many that just really did it, and this blew my mind. I am so excited for Myth Force, and that is really, honestly, my top 5 of games they showed here. So I'm super, super excited for that. Obviously, we've got some Splatoon. Not really my thing, but I get people that are into that. Now, as far as Mario games go, it looks like we're getting a ton of Mario content, and one of those is going to be Luigi's Mansion. I believe this is the is this the remake? I think it's the remake of the one that was for the DS. So basically, just an updated version of that. But it looks really fun. I don't really have anything against Luigi's Mansion. I played the arcade version, but that's neat in of itself. Batman Arkham Trilogy. Now, I'm excited for it to come to the Switch, but my biggest concern with this, and I'm going to be totally honest here, is the graphical capability of the Switch versus what this game demands. Obviously, if you really want the full experience, play this on one of the other consoles. Honestly, just going to be completely frank. But if you haven't played it on another console, if you've only got a Switch, it might be fun, but I do think that it is going to start to really show the limitations of the hardware. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they tooled it enough that it's not going to, but recent games, obviously Scarlet and Violet, we have to mention. Even the new Zelda game really show the age of the hardware. And we did not get new Switch hardware teased at all. So I think this is one of those that is probably not going to be a fan favorite, just because I think it's going to be kind of glitchy at times. But, you know, you never know. But neat that they're bringing it to the Switch. I think that's a neat addition. Gloomhaven looked good. I don't know much about this. There's so many other games out there right now that, you know, are kind of this genre. I don't know how blown away I am by it. It looks pretty, but it was kind of alright for me. Just Dance, definitely not my thing. Silent Hope, man. This game, and I'm glad I'm going through these one by one, because this game gave me mad Evolution vibes. People that played the old Evolution RPGs, this gave me serious Evolution vibes. And I loved that RPG back in the day. The one that was on the GameCube, I played through repeatedly, no matter how frustrating that final boss can be. I played through it so many times. And this is probably one that I'm going to pick up because it looks like it is going to be a ton of fun. So if you're an RPG fan, that is definitely one you're going to want to check out. Then obviously we've got the free-to-play game. I forget what this is called here. Fae Farm. It is what it is. I'm not completely sold on it. Definitely not my thing, but it's essentially Animal Crossing Plus. It is what it is. Hot Wheels game. Okay. I mean, I see the people that's for. Definitely not for me, but, you know, I've got a kid who will probably lose his mind over it. So we'll probably wind up with it in the house. Manic Machines really didn't. I was not impressed by that, to be completely honest and fair. And then we've got Mario plus the Rabbids. Like I said, Mario fans are just absolutely. They got to be losing their minds right now. Not really my game per se. But the fact that they're continuing this game with more DLC, you got to give them respect. They're really pushing it out there. Dragon Quest. Oh, I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan. I own the original Dragon Quest for the NES. Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. I love these games. I'm a big RPG fan, if you can't tell. So the fact that we're getting a new Dragon Quest game for the Switch is absolutely, to me, just phenomenal. Looks amazing. Dragon Quest monsters, and of course it's got like semi-Pokemon vibes too going on with it. So yeah, it's basically it's Dragon Quest plus Pokemon Infinite Fusion. What's there not to love? Looks phenomenal. Absolutely loving it, and I will be playing that. Now, unquestionably, the longest segment they had here was Pikmin 4. Pikmin really isn't my thing. But I get people that are all about it, and they spent a huge amount of time really covering this, going over it. Beautiful looking world, beautiful looking sets. It would be a fun one to explore. I'm definitely not picking up day one. To me, it's not a $60 game. I played the original 2 on the GameCube, and, you know, they were all right. But to me, it never really scratched that itch for me. But for people that enjoy the franchise, it looks gorgeous. It really does look very interesting. And kooky and weird because, you know, Pikmin. But, you know. And I can't say anything because I'm going to go way back here. I played Lemmings like crazy back in the day. And this game always gave me really big Lemmings vibes. It's like Lemmings Plus. So I get it. Just, you know. To me, not a day one $70 game. But it is what it is. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Oh, man. It's going to include the original Metal Gear game, which to me is hilarious, because that is a game that frustrated the ever-living crap out of me as a kid. But, you know, whatever. It's neat. They're bringing the original games. They're bringing a lot of the newer games. Metal Gear fans. And then, honestly, I don't think this is really going to stretch the Switch. Not like Arkham will. This is definitely like a really good fit for the Switch, and it's got a lot of mature themes for, you know, the more mature gamer, and a lot of these games are considered classics on their original consoles, so great addition to the Switch lineup. Vampire Survivors. This looks fun. It's literally just like, for those of you that have been watching us play Starship Troopers on the Switch, you know I love these struggle bus games. So I will be enjoying that, but I don't expect to be good at it. It's literally just how long can you survive? And I think they said rounds are like 30 minutes or something like that, and I don't think most people would be playing that long. Floor play local co-op would be fun, but just a fun little game. I don't think it's groundbreaking, but definitely fun. I made the joke with this one. Headbangers Rhythm Royal. For those of you guys that know what Hotful Boyfriend is, I just call this Hotful Rock Band. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting some more. Is getting basically an extension of the DLC. I own Mario Kart 8. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely not my top tier game, but I play it with some friends from time to time, and we enjoy it. So nice little addition there. Star Ocean. This actually blew my mind, and I can't believe I almost forgot to mention this. Star Ocean, this is I believe the PlayStation 2 games, which is, once again, a perfect fit for the Switch. Phenomenal. Taking a classic and really bringing it forward. Love it. Can't say enough great stuff about it. This is going to be an awesome edition of the Switch. You better believe I'm going to own it, because I own the one on the PlayStation 2. So why would I not buy it again? Because it's a great game and it's going to be fun. Whatever. We're gonna play it and we're gonna enjoy it. We got a WarioWare game. Once again, like I said, Mario fans are just really living it up. Can't say too much here because obviously WarioWare is WarioWare. It's a time waster, but I did quite enjoy the fact that you basically go crazy, have a little light switch rave, and enjoy yourself. It is what it is. It's WarioWare. Don't overthink it. Now here's the big one. The big one. Mario. Which one was this called? Mario Wonder. This looks amazing. I can't say I got my start on Mario per se, but I technically, if you consider Donkey Kong a Mario game, I have been playing Mario literally since the start. I lived on Donkey Kong. I loved Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong 2 probably were my second and third most played games on the original Atari. Probably right after Space Invaders, which is really going to date me, but whatever. I absolutely have been there since the start with Mario. The original Mario, the Mario Brothers arcade game, I played a ton of. We had that in my arcade when I was a kid, and I obviously played a ton of that. And then, of course, who didn't play Mario 1, 2, and 3 on the NES? I mean, because those are just classics. Classic games. And this really gives me like a lot of those classic platformer vibes. What I really like, and the one big comment that I made here, was this didn't look like it was, I absolutely love Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, those big, expansive games, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like the classic platformer. And I think that is the perfect choice right now. This is just in general going to be a really fun, low impact, low entry level, very accessible game. And that I think is just phenomenal. And they did also tease, I can't remember if they did it right here, but they did also tease that there is a Princess Peach exclusive game on the way as well. So that'll be interesting as well. So that is Nintendo Direct, guys. I had a ton of fun watching this. I watched it with my kids, with the whole family was around the TV. Sounds crazy, but that's what we do. I mean, we're gamers. We love it. We have a great time. So obviously we'll be back with more Pokemon, but we've obviously got a lot to do either here or on the other gaming channel or on my Twitch channel. Follow all three. Have a great time, guys. I'll see you around for more video game news and enjoyment in general coming up here really soon.